All right. What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Real Talk TV. I am going to hit the band. Is it the? Let me see where it's at. Let people come in. So stick tight. I'll see you in 30 seconds. All right, all right. What's up, you guys? I, as always, miss you so much. If you are watching this on replay, make sure to hit the like, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with as many people as you possibly can. So, as you already know what the title is, I'm going to be playing a video. Shout out to Ivy Ravine for showing me how to do this. I'm going to give you a shout out until like I get tired of giving you a shout out. But y'all know that I now know how to um, put videos or like share videos from YouTube or wherever I'm watching it. Hey Ivy, and so we're going to break down this interview. Um, People are welcome to come up, and because I don't want to spend too much time on the video itself, more than kind of dissecting the video. So let me pull it up. Let's see. Okay, I got that up. Please put in the comments how your day was going, or your weekend, your holiday. Let me know what's up, y'all, because I miss you. Okay. All right. So I'm only gonna play a little bit at a time, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Maybe an awakening. Was it an epiphany that said, "This is not me"? And
what's up,
again,
Rhonda? What's up, Mama?
One of my clients, he was a guy, he was gay, and I used to spend time with guys for money. Like they used to pay me just to go on dates.
Yes, I be relaxing.
Just to
All
be
right, let me
with
know
a
if y'all
man.
can see this. Let me know if y'all can
myself.
hear it. We're
And
not
I used
watching
to,
the whole thing because this
it's called the boyfriend experience. It's to be with the guy,
primarily
pay me like
to
$300 for the hour, $300, $600, whatever. I was making a lot of money doing it. I was an escort. So one of my clients who happened to be like a doctor, he was a doctor. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see the last
I started chilling with him, and he would pay me just to come with him. But I liked going out with him because he would bring me around philosophers, teachers of lawyers, and we would have these educated conversations, and it sparked a side.
Okay, so I forgot to give y'all an intro. Okay. What's up, Rhonda? And Rhonda, you were in the live, right? You already watched this. Okay, so if you already watched this, please press 1, because we can get right into the conversation. Ivy, did you watch this? This is Shakie giving an interview with Natureboy Recap and the women who are with him. I was going to play the video, but the people in the chat right now. Okay, Ivy did not see it, but I think Rhonda saw it. So Eligio is, I guess, coming down, or maybe still experiences his situation from doing the drugs, uh, allegedly. and he's coming down, right? He's coming down off of this high, or he is in transition from one high to another, and he decides to do this interview with Shakie because of the comments that he made about the LGBT community, specifically the males. And he used the F word, and we all know the F word, that if it's not used by a gay male, should not be used. He used it in an argument, and so Shakie invited him to to interview him and to also address that comment. Nature Boy does this interview, and it doesn't go so well. Take a look.
Out of me, I knew what was always there, but I just didn't know how to tap into it. And so that illuminated me. And just hanging with this guy, you know, we really became like family. He went from being a client to being someone that was like family to me. He knew I didn't have another family. He supported me. He was a gay man, and he loved me like a father would love his son. And I'm being honest with you. He took me under his wing, and he literally supported me. He helped me through most of my journey. And
We heard
he
before, heard it all before.
he fell in love with me, like the inner me. And he said I should have went to college. I should have been somebody that, you know what I'm saying, was, you know,
this is his side story about meeting Mike Brown.
So I was just like, you know, and he was there for me. He was there for me. And I just want to tell everybody right now that
exploiting Mike Brown.
What started out as that, he became my only family I got. If I got locked up, he bailed me out. And he never asked me for nothing. Okay. He always helped me with my rent. He always was there for me. You know what I'm saying? So I lost friendship with him when the trolls got to it.
Pay attention to what he identifies as friends and family, somebody who's close to him, someone who does things for him, someone who gives to him. He never mentioned once him reciprocating that support, but he only focused on getting that support, getting the finances, and it's only finances he's mentioned, only finances, exposing him to wealthy people. It's always about money. It's always about him gaining something.
Said he was my gay lover.
And remember, he already admitted that he was his gay lover because he stated that he was his client, that Mike Brown was his former client.
Say that to.
So I want to get to when he starts
brainwashing.
When he starts interviewing the females, because I think that's significant for this particular live that I'm doing.
Years old. I said, okay, well, shit, you know your body more better than anyone else. Like, okay, this is the honest truth. Fortunate.
This man can talk, y'all.
What happened? Ooh. Feel me?
The duration of this, whether you ever detained?
Hell no.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm just trying to find that part.
Don't worry about how I'm finessing.
The government finesses every day.
If you want to check out the full videos, plenty of videos
put your fucking hands
on YouTube,
motherfucker.
Playing it.
I'm a man. You're not gonna keep putting your hands on me, cracking in my fucking face.
So I just want to point this out.
I have to thank my haters in this moment. Y'all hated me. What TDJ said, to a level I didn't even know I was on.
That's right.
Thank you. No, seriously, you made me a better man.
Watch this, y'all.
You made me see shit about myself I didn't see, because I had a whole bunch of yes men around me, and y'all the only ones that kept it fucking real with me. Thank you.
He said y'all had a whole bunch of yes men around me. I had a whole bunch of yes men around me, and y'all kept it real. And so for that, I am a changed person. Okay, pay attention. He says he's a changed person. He changed his ways. Y'all, this is bizarre.
Nigga, I'm an internet nigga.
He keeps talking and talking and talking. talking and talking and talking and talking. Come on, where is it? Okay, here we
So
go.
my stance is that it's not 3 years ago.
And if y'all remember, come on.
Ladies, what and I don't. I want to start to the left. But this would be. Y'all right. All the far right. Miss Shy Baby back there in the corner. What do you? What? Come up. If she comes to the light or come a little closer, and we'd like to hear from you. And so tell us what is it about
Okay, Rhonda, I got
this
you. I got you.
union that brought you to it, and why you're here.
Because it's real.
It,
It's
this is
authentic.
frustrating. I want to play it, but I want to
They
talk about
doing
it.
what's
Let me
best for
see.
you. It's not too many people who
This is the
actually
new
care
girl.
about you. They care
So
about what they get in the situation. It's real. Like,
some people would say that you pretty beautiful woman. You seem very smart. Some people would say you deserve a monogamous one man relationship.
want to be monogamous.
Maybe cheating.
Right.
Blind.
Sisterhood.
Do you ever have any? Do you have any? Do you harbor? Is there any type of, let's say, jealousy, or do you harbor any resentment to them? Or maybe they get a little more time, or they get a little something. Does that ever happen?
Yeah. Yes.
Me, no.
Oh my gosh, can y'all real talk? Is that the Eligio talking? Is that Mike Brown? Yes. Can you hear me? Cause I feel like my connection just went out. Did the whole thing go out? Yeah, it did. Cause I don't even see it on here. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry, y'all. I thought that I was in here. Okay. So to answer some questions, where did she come from? So this new woman, she just got there yesterday, I believe. Yesterday from when this video was when this live happened. So I'm guessing 2 days now. Uh, yes, we do know he's on drugs, Rhonda, for sure, for sure. Based on what people have said, based on his mannerisms. Um, where did she? Oh, art. I know. Sorry. Real talk, is that gay man that Elijah was talking to about his Mike Brown? Absolutely. But his recollection of the relationship he had with Mike Brown changes depending on what platform he's on, depending on what he's trying to accomplish. Like right now, he's telling you, the viewers and his interviewer, he's saying that Mike Brown was a confidant, a father figure, a client, but he was in love with that man at one point. And not only was he in love with him, um, he was his John. He was his John. And so the only reason, and he was still getting taken care of when he decided to so-called be on this spiritual journey, so-called start dating multiple women. He was still very sexually active with this man. So don't be fooled. When a man, the point of my lives, the point of me sharing these videos, and y'all know I don't like to share videos, but I have to, because I think this is a perfect example of what to listen for, what to look for, so that you don't fall into these cycles, or if you do, how to get out. Pay attention. That's why I said pay attention to the live, to the chat room, because those people in the chat, they don't know you. They just know what this person is doing, and so therefore they don't have any, they don't want to protect you. They're not going to protect the women in this case. They're going to tell them like it is. This man is sick. This man is nasty. You are sick. You are nasty, for what you are doing. You are abandoning your child. They tell you like it is. And sometimes you need a little bit of that so that you can be able to see a little bit clearer. Alicia's telling you, this man meant nothing to me, but he did everything for me. And he continued to do things for me until this magical troll world, these people who don't know me, just decided to ruin my life. That's what he's saying essentially. Um and so you'll hear, basically the women talk about right now their life. You see, he gave this soliloquy of an explanation as to why he is the way he is. In the beginning, I had to skip it. If you have already seen it, you know why I skipped it, because I heard it all before. I don't want to hear it again. Um, but it went on for, let me see, 30 something minutes. He talked about himself. And now this is the women's opportunity to kind of express themselves and share their background. Look how much time they get. All these, I hate to say it, but we have to learn something from this. Look how much time they get. Look who's interrupting. You'll see when he's ready to shut it down, it'll happen. Thank you. He has, Rhonda, he has not changed at all. Not one bit. He said he had changed, and I'm going to do a video about that. You know, I'm do another one of these little exposing videos that I've started doing, contradiction videos. A person doesn't tell you they've changed. They show you they've changed. When somebody is eager to tell you how much they've changed, all they're doing is another form of manipulation. They want you to get over whatever pain they have brought you. That is what's happening. And that is what he's trying to do. He's trying to get the viewers to get over the things that he's done.
If, say for instance, this became something that you didn't want to do anymore, how would you be able to go back to your family, or how is that? Are those relationships tied or severed? I mean,
Um, okay, I could speak from a couple different perspectives. One from um, people who have left already. You could see examples of people who wanted to leave and they go off and live their life with what they choose to do. If that was ever a choice that I would make. But my stance is that it's not my choice that I think about on a daily basis. I already know the focus and the mission of what I want to do with my life, and so I stick to keep myself constantly reminded on what I'm here to do.
And tell them, excuse me, I'm not the public speaker.
And I'm not the public speaker. I'm working on my speech. Baba G, he's the one who articulates. I hear myself.
What you doing? I think you're doing a wonderful job, actually.
I know I am.
Yeah.
I know.
Uh,
But you
it's,
know what I'm saying? I know that Baba G, this is cultivated by him. And
okay.
I'm only articulating it from, my perspective.
Okay. And my homegirl, of course,
What's up,
they
baby?
what's going on? Many would say that this would not be something that they would have seen for you. What do you say to those people that see you now and maybe looking at you a little subjectively?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, Shakie.
The people that look at you maybe a little judgmental. The people in your
Uh-huh.
life, your family, that may
Yes.
judge you a little bit because of this. What do you say to those people? Do you have a relationship with them still?
I love myself. Live authentic to you. Live in truth. Live by your morals, your principles, and what you believe in, and stand true to yourself. Love yourself because everyone here sees themselves in me. So I live for them, and I be confident for myself and for them. Period.
Period.
Do you?
On God.
On the tree.
On
Oh, wait,
God.
on Gaia.
On Gaia.
No, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Do you are you in contact with your family, or have you don't talk to them?
I definitely, this is my family. This is my family. Carbonation is my family.
Your biological family.
I dedicated my life to this, but I do have contact with my Babylon family. I can call them whenever. I don't have, it's nothing between us in my Babylon family. I can call them whenever, but I choose to live. I choose to stand in the truth. I choose to stand with Carbonation because Carbonation is truly my soul family. I can connect with them on a metaphysical level, on a universal level, on a cosmic level. This is truly my family, but I do have contact with my Babylon family, absolutely. But it's a distraction to talk and communicate with them off my path. That's it. But I do have
I
communication.
have a personal thing on this platform where I do not ask about people's children because I'm a father of two children.
Go
I
ahead,
don't want
ask.
people asking about my
Exactly.
children.
Shakie, you a father?
Yes, I have two kids.
Yes, Shakie,
Wow,
I did.
Shakie dipping in the pudding, okay.
Does he look like he's about 17?
Well, my son is 13. He's make 14 next year, but my son's 13.
Okay. So far, what have you noticed? Um. So far, what have you noticed? You know what? I'm gonna drop the link. So far, what have you noticed about the response she gave when asked what she thought about the response she gave when asked about her what her family thought and what did she say about what her family thought? What did you gather from her response? What did you gather from and remember what I said, you guys, let me know in the comments if you when you hear him say something in the background, right? Aya just went, Portia just went. What did you hear in the background? And did you make of the response that Malia, aka Tanisha, gave? This will determine who is paying attention, who is actually getting something out of what is happening. What's up? What's up, sis?
What up? What up? Now, okay, go back to the question. It took me a minute to get in the studio. I might have missed something. What'd you say?
Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Ivy
Welcome.
Revine. Please make
Hey,
sure you
hey,
give your
hey.
name when you come in, y'all. I need to know who you
Sorry.
are. I love me.
Sorry.
Look, I love me some Ivy Revine. Okay. So the world should know. Well, my little world should know who you are. Um. So Ivy Revine, she has a page on a channel on YouTube. Please check her out. Um.
Yes.
What do you think of Malia's response? And remember, I asked you to let me know if you hear anything in the background as these women are talking.
I mean, I noticed that they're talking among themselves. You probably hear better than I do. I have to turn up the hearing aid a little bit on that. I know they're
Right.
whispering in the midst of the conversation. I think they're encouraging each other. Are they reading the comments and stuff like that? Or they
Correct.
just,
Well, yes, they are reading the comments. They
mm-hmm,
and they're doing something that I haven't seen anybody mention in the comments. Let me see. I feel
yeah,
like she hurt on and she do miss her son. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Rhonda, we about to get there. We about to get there, mamas.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
but yes, so they're reading the comments and um, which no one mentioned in the comment section. They're listening to him. He's
Mm,
directing them. He's
gotcha.
leading them to say certain things that he feels they missed.
Well, see, we're used to that, right? We're
Mhm.
used to that. Is this Shakie? Is this is Shakie's platform?
Yes,
Yeah. So they're going to see it from a different set of eyes. From us, from our perspective, we already know he's going to do that, right? Because we watched him in the past. So this is not uncommon for us. This is actually natural for us to see him directing them. And he's definitely going to direct Malia because she's the sensitive one,
there you go.
highly sensitive one.
There you go. And not only sensitive, but what has happened to Malia?
Shoot. Well, Malia has to mirror his energy at all times. This is how she feels connected to him. She's mirroring his energy. If it's up, her attitude's going to be up. If it's down, her attitude's going to be down. But I wouldn't be surprised if she has a shot somewhere, a cup of a drink. Did she take a sip at all? I
Y'all,
didn't watch
I'm
this.
not giving
I
nothing
didn't watch
away. Y'all
this.
have to pay
I'm a.
attention. Y'all
I
have
don't.
to pay attention.
I want everybody to know I do not watch this stuff. I only come up when you tell me you about to do a live, right? Let me
I
tell you.
know.
Let me tell you, because I do analysis on these type of people. If he got a drink in her hand somewhere around that vicinity, and I don't even have to watch this, I'm telling you he do. Drinking keeps her regulated. He has to keep a sip in her hand, but he enforces that on her. She's starting to enjoy it though. She's starting to enjoy drinking. Without drinking, she's going to be very critical. Very
Not
critical
only
meaning,
critical, but
yes,
she's become more depressed.
she will. And that's what the
Her
critical, that's why,
emotions
that's
have
why. Thank you.
correct,
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
correct. She's at
Yeah,
her most compliant
she
when
is.
she's drinking.
Yeah. And her false self is the one he enjoys. And the false self is the one who's drunk. So he enjoys Malia that drinks. And she,
Exactly. He doesn't like
yes,
Tanisha.
he does
Tanisha
not.
is the girl, young woman's real name. That is the
That-
true identity. Is
mhm.
Tanisha Dulé. But
Okay.
Tanisha Dulé is very sheltered. These things make her feel uncomfortable,
Right.
and
Right.
he hates it when someone else is uncomfortable with his behaviors
Absolutely.
because it's almost like you're
Absolutely.
looking down at him.
Right. Absolutely. This is why he spends a lot of time grooming her. He spends a lot of time grooming her because the Tanisha in her is not very compatible with him. She has a problem with the whole scene. She wants to control the show. In Babylon, she would be controlling her own show, whatever man she's with, because of her borderline personality. And she will self sabotage as long as she's not with a man like Eligio. So he actually, this is going to hurt people when I say this, he keeps her in her lower self in order for her to continue to regulate throughout the day. They call it higher self, but to keep her drunk, to keep her acting like Malia, to keep her mirroring his mannerisms, his ways. She acts like him. She even got that whole lip thing going on the left side of her face when she's mad. The lip thing goes up. She's not like that in real life, right? That's his personality. He keeps her in her lower self because none of that is higher self. He talks all about this lower self, higher self. Am I correct?
Yep.
So let's use his terminology against him. How can that be higher self when she has to keep a drink in her hand? Do you understand? So, with that being said, he regulates her. He regulates her very, very well because she wouldn't be. She was self sabotage outside of that relationship, but she's self sabotaging within it as well. As well, she's
Mm-hmm.
self sabotaging in that relationship as well. She does not know that though. But these type of dynamics, him and her, work very well together. The narcissist and the borderline, match made in heaven. They're gonna keep each other in each other's lower selves. He loves that girl,
Mm.
but they are a match made in hell.
Thank you, Rhonda, for still being here, Mama. Thank you, sis. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Rhonda, you are welcome to come up anytime.
Come up,
You are
Rhonda. I
also
could jump down.
no, you any as
Okay.
many people as 10 people can come up. So anyone is welcome to come up and share their thoughts. This is a very open space.
I seen that.
My
Okay,
daughter,
well, I'm going too far, but I did see your. I didn't know that was your son, but I did see a picture. Wow. Well, congratulations. I didn't know that.
yeah. So I have a my daughter's like my daughter's 20, making 21 actually. So they're both
Oh, he got more than one.
Shaky.
Hold on, Shaky. Hold on.
We
You
didn't
ain't gonna be
know
taking my
that.
goddamn.
I didn't have
Hold
kids.
on, man. This is a chick. This a
My-
fucking chick, Shaky. You ain't gonna be taking my goddamn woman, Shaky. Hold on. I thought she was on the other side. Hold on, man. You ain't gonna be taking my woman, dog.
I'm a gay male. It's no secret.
Well,
But
Shaky, you good looking. Okay, you good looking, Shaky.
thank you. I mean, but you know, I mean, hey, bitch, but if you can't handle them now, I mean, you know, you can't
Oh
handle
my
all three.
goodness.
Oh no. So okay, so do any of y'all have children? Which
I have a
all of y'all?
Babylon son. He is now 3. He is
Okay.
now 3. Yes.
So you don't have any children for Babaji.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
It's
Does your
in divine timing.
does your son live with y'all? Are y'all together with?
No, he's actually with my Babylon sister. She takes very good care of him. She nurses, she nurtures him. She gives him a house. She gives him a home. She gives him everything that he needs. He's well taken care of. I am on my spiritual journey. He's on his spiritual journey. Whatever life takes him to go, that's where he needs to go. And so
He's on a spiritual journey at 3.
everyone is on their spiritual journey.
No, you on your spirit.
Well, I'm on my spiritual journey, but when he develops,
Did anybody
he
hear
will in
that?
due time.
Please pause this. This is driving my blood
All right.
pressure up.
But now,
So
for
what?
now,
Absolutely.
he's
Absolutely. And
My
this
blood
is
pressure.
why we do
Yeah,
what
no,
we
this is judgment free
do.
zone.
Before you go, I know you got a lot to say, Ivy. I know you do. But I want to see if the people in the comment section are paying attention. Please let me know if you heard what I heard, what we heard, and what we're about to discuss. What just happened? What just happened? Put it in the chat. Come up and share your thoughts. Go ahead, Ivy.
Okay, I'm confused. Did she say a 3-year-old child? I'm shocking. Is on a spiritual journey. She said that, right? As if to say, I'm just a little bit confused. Okay, answer something for me before I go any even further. I did
I
not
got
know
you.
the child was just 3. How old was the child was when she left him? That's number one.
So she has been there for almost, if not exactly, 2 years.
Really? Okay. Seem a lot longer than that. Okay. So she left him very,
All
very
of
young.
this seems a lot longer than it actually is. Eligio has
Yeah.
only been doing this on this whatever this is, this
Mhm.
cult like um lifestyle. He's been
Mhm.
doing this for 6 years.
Mm. Okay.
6 years.
Hmm.
Um, and Velvet was there for about 3 years. Malia just got there. Well, she was there before she left for 3 years. Then there was a back and forth period, whatever, and then that's when this young lady got there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
So she said her son is on his own spiritual journey.
correct.
She has so, the thing about it is, I don't think she's as emotionally attached to her child as people perceive that she
No,
is. People say she feels some kind of way about her son. No, she don't. Because she's been being attacked about this little boy for a while now. I think people always almost five, anywhere between 15 to 20%. If they do lives, you see people saying to Malia, go check your son, go check your son. They don't give up, they don't let up. She seems to ignore those very, very well. She has
absolutely.
no she has no emotional attachment to this child. She's been calling him her Babylon son. Psychologically, do you understand the pathology of what she's doing when she puts the word Babylon in front of her son name, the title of her son, right? Considering she's in Babylon right now herself, right? And she'll say, my Babylon son. She always make the
Hey, Paula.
reference.
Yep.
She continues to make the reference, my Babylon son. Every single time she speak of her son, she makes sure she put that Babylon thing in front of him. That's telling y'all she has already emotionally disconnected. Y'all don't need to bring up that child no more. Y'all don't need to tell me to go pick him up no more.
That's right.
I have no emotional attachment. She also says, my my sister gives him love, gives him care. This
She
is
said a
this
house
is
and a home. Those were her
right
specific words. A house
in
and a
the
home.
home, right? Right. The audacity, but I'm not surprised because see, let me tell you the pathology to that as well. I raised a niece. I raised a niece from when I had a sister who was very young with the same mentality as Malia, right? And they will definitely do exactly that. They will actually say, my child is good with you. My child is good with you. The goal of that for the people raising a child, let me tell you something, it does not feel good. You understand? It does not feel good when you raising someone else's child and they be like, you good, you hold him down. I could go live my life, right? That child will be fine in your care. How dare you? How dare you? The child still needs you as a mother. The child still needs you because I'm raising him like a mom, but that child will always wonder, where's my mommy? Right? It's sad.
So
But she
before I
already
let, I think
disconnected.
I'm sorry, Abby.
Sorry.
Are you finished?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you're not, keep going. Keep going.
No, no, I'm done.
Okay. And I do apologize again for cutting you off.
That's okay. That's
Um,
good.
but so before I let Fuller talk, I just want to let you guys know, personally, I decided to leave my child when I was a new mother with my mom to go back to
Mm,
college. Okay,
mm,
I know what it feels like um to send your child away or be away from your child.
mhm,
Um, it I had left my child for a long enough period that when I was ready for her to come back to me, to be my baby, to live with me, she
mhm,
cried. She cried that she had to come stay with me. She cried because she was so young that she had begun to develop those attachments that a mother and a child share with one another. She had to develop those attachments with someone else.
mhm,
And you know what it did to me? It hurt. It put
mhm,
something inside of my heart that I was every day contemplating on what I should do. Should I just let her go and no longer be a parent? Or should I fight for my baby? And I left college. At first, I brought her with me. And when that didn't work, I left college to be with her. And I put my education on hold. At some point, Tanisha realized her child has those bonds with someone else, another woman, that she can never get back. And that is where the detachment comes. Because she feels like she left the child too soon. So, oh well. There are two choices that us as mothers make when something like that happens. And she chose to give up. And so she's not, when you see her get emotional, when people make those comments or when someone asks a question like this interviewer, Shakie, she's not missing her child. She's embarrassed, number one, and she's starting to feel the guilt of leaving her child. But that guilt is not strong enough to make her rethink her actions and actually go back to him. It's a selfish guilt.
I want to say that I don't want to okay, I want to say this. I want you to also keep in mind that she's going to have the same type of deflective ways as Nature Boy, right? But hers is going to be more emotional, right? So, based on her personality trait, she's going to be the type who cries to get out of something, right? She'll cry to put the spotlight back on herself. She'll cry to get out of a touchy situation. She'll cry, right, to make everybody feel sorry for her. That's part of the personality trait. It's part of the self-sabotage. It's part of that whole personality. So there's no guilt there. There's never going to be no guilt there. Don't ever compare yourself to somebody like her to somebody like you.
Oh no, and
Specifically
that
because
the comparison is this. What I experienced is how most mothers, real mothers, feel.
right, right, absolutely.
Her response to not being able to deal with her child or whatever the situation was to just give up. That is not the normal response of a loving mother.
I agree.
Is the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Fuller, thank you for coming up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Share your
Hi,
thoughts for us.
Um, I don't know. I think like honestly, people, especially this interviewer, should just like not give them the energy because it's like, the, what are they contributing to like goodness, basically, or contributing to like inspiring someone? Like I would hope like that nobody inspires or aspires to being like a deadbeat like parent, you know, and that's all you get from them. So like I still just don't get why people give them like platforms to like just basically show who they are.
Mm,
Like I'm honestly kind of surprised that this is still going on
mm,
because it's like it just contributes to the overall narrative that like people already see, you know, because and it's just an ongoing trend, not just with them, but just with everybody else. And the thing is, she says, not yet, you know, when he asked, do you have any kids by Nature Nut? And she said, not yet. And it's gonna be never because her thing is damaged. Like her thing is like so damaged that she can't really expect kids, you know. Like I don't know why she's like in that delusion, you know. And then like another thing is like some of us were forced to be out here. Like my parents, they sent me out of Africa young because they're like, there's nothing here for you. Like there's no opportunity here. You have to go somewhere else to make something of yourself young. You know, my mom's is still in Africa to this day. Like my family a lot of my family is still there. So some of us were forced to be out here. And it's like with her, she kind of like she kind of just don't get it, you know. And unfortunately, I don't think they mind fitting into the narrative, you know. I don't think they mind, but I don't I don't appreciate the hypocrisy because one minute you say like you're trying to break generational curses and you're just repeating them over and over again.
That's right.
Like this whole
That's right.
group is just repeating it like over and over and over and over again with
Mhm.
everything they do. It's like
Yeah.
just like I don't know. I don't know why people still like give them the attention, you know. I mean, I might go you know, sometimes I may touch on them, but I'm kind of like at this point it's like what is there to touch on now? It's just the same revolving circle over and over again. You know, it's
Correct.
just yeah,
I agree
so
with you. I agree
Yeah.
with you 100%, Fuller. At this point, we know the patterns. At this point, we know the behaviors. And I think what was interesting to see was it was I think it was 5.1 thousand people watching this interview. Over 5,000 people.
right,
However, and that
right,
just goes to show you, no matter how mundane it becomes, how
right,
boring it becomes,
right.
there has to be someone, a group of some people constantly covering and exposing and re-exposing, because a lot of those
You
people in the live who were watching this interview
right.
did not know of his past.
Well, you know, another thing too, you know, unfortunately, and this is the unfortunate thing, I think some of the people also look at what he's doing and it makes them feel good about things that they've done. Like
Mm.
they like for example, there's probably some deadbeat fathers in the audience and they're probably like, "Oh, well, he's doing it too, so it's not too bad." There's
Oh,
probably
absolutely.
some there's probably like some women who you know, rode the cock carousel and they're like, well, these women been passed around, so it's not too bad, you know, that I got passed around too. So I think that's what it comes down to too, like trauma bonding, like with some of these
Yeah.
people.
Right. It
Absolutely.
validates their lives as well, right? The part of their life where they're not happy with, right? And it says, well, look at them, and they have, like you said, that trauma bonding, that connection to that, you know, those toxic ways and behaviors, and they see themselves in it, and people fight for that within themselves, you know, to people actually fight for that even within themselves, so they fight for that in other people, those toxic ways, you know. So yeah, I agree with you
Mm.
totally, for
Mm.
totally. I really
Before
do.
I play the video, I do want to say, please like and subscribe, share this video with as many people as you can. Um, Rhonda said that uh, this seems like another Velvet. Would any of you
Mm.
like to respond?
Well,
I have I know why, but go ahead.
well, the thing is, like you have to like really take account to like accountability for what you do, and you have to stand on what you do, even when it may be effed up. You still have to stand on it and admit that like what I did was effed up. You know what I mean? And like even if that means like admitting that you had a kid with a deadbeat dude and you did it twice with another deadbeat dude, you have to like own up to it and understand that like, you know, by you proclaiming like, for example, you proclaiming that you're righteous and things like that, and it's just part of your journey or whatever the case may be, it's not doing you any good because like you're like in essence you're putting all the blame on the person you have the kid with when you kind of made the choice to sleep with that person. Like it takes two to tango. Like so,
Mhm.
like you're making the conscious choice to like sleep with these people and stuff like that, and be like around like a a nigga who don't have a pot to piss in and things like that because you didn't want to face like you didn't want to face you know what I mean, like just want to face reality. And the
Correct.
reality is, I mean, the reality is like I hate to say it, you know, I'm just gonna say it, but like I hate to say this, but I'm just gonna be real. Like back in the day, there used to be like pride in being a stepfather. There, you used to kind of like get points for being a stepfather. Like that was something that people don't mind doing. But today, it's not the same anymore. So like a woman like Velvet, like I know a guy like myself, I wouldn't even touch Velvet. You know, it's like, oh, you're two kids in already. And you know, like I did what I had to do, and I'm still trying to do level up every single day. It's like, okay, well, what's in it for me? You know, like what
You know what?
why am I gonna give my resources to kids that ain't even mine? Back in the
Boy, you
day,
touched on something very, very interesting, and I think we should have a separate discussion about that. Is
and
this
and that's the same with those because look, I'm gonna say something and then I'll let y'all talk. I don't want to be long winded, but these women right here, they're not putting Nature Boy through hoops and things like that, and or expecting anything of him. They're not doing that. They're like like Nature Boy is your typical conscious Pookie and Ray Ray.
correct?
But I'll give one example, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful but for example, Tori. You know, she didn't make Nature Boy nor whatever his name is, Nubian do
His
nothing.
real name is Jalen or J, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like whoever, like Nubian, whatever his name is, she didn't make him do nothing, nada. And she had a kid by that dude. But now it's like the guy she's with, he had to have resources. He had to have everything set. Like he was basically her retirement plan. I hate to say it, but that's what he is. He was the retirement plan. He came with the house. He came.
I'm sorry. Wait. Who's her? Who are we talking about? Who's
You remember Tori? You remember Tori, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she married with the dude who had a house, who had like thing. He basically had a bag, you know. And now he's taking care of her kid
I
and
feel like we're
stuff
going
like
somewhere
that.
else. Fuller.
Yeah.
I think you so I want to have another discussion about that. I feel like we're going
Okay.
somewhere else because that's a separate conversation about parenting as and how to move forward in relationships when you already have children. Um
Okay. Yeah.
what yeah, so I think that's a great conversation. I hope you come, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I hope you come through. But I want to stay focused on how we can take this situation, these unfortunately, these people are now among us. They're here in the United States again, bringing
Right.
people in and out. People are watching
Right.
them. People are being influenced by them to behave certain ways.
Right.
And the question is, do do we continue to watch? Do we continue to make videos and content to to expose?
I
Why or
think
why not?
I think it's a matter of like balance, finding a balance in it.
Correct.
I think you should, like, if something is just definitely over the top,
Mm-hmm.
then you should be like, oh hell no, like we gotta bring this out. But if they're just like pretty much being how they are right now, then I don't think it's like necessary to do it every day because like for example, like when young Pharaoh shot into the girlfriend's house, I definitely did something on that. I'm like, oh, this dude is batshit crazy, you know?
Right.
And so
Right.
but I think you have to just be selective of like how you go about it because like I uninstalled Bigo because that place is like a black hole. I had to uninstall it. I'm like, hell no. Like I can't be on there like too much because it will, unfortunately they have a dark energy. And so you have to kind of like navigate through that, because if you're covering them like all day, every day, then I don't know, man. You may be stronger than I am. That's all I can say.
Mm. All right, I'm about to play this video real quick. And then go run and get my baby who is screaming. Give me a second. Let me play this for y'all.
Okay.
What's going on? What's Ellie Melrose? What do you have children? No. Wait, what did I say? Hello.
What you say?
I was talking about.
What you say?
I was talking about Miss Los Angeles. I was asking if she had
Aya,
children.
Aya, that's Aya, that's Aya, that's Aya.
I'm sorry, Aya. I apologize. I can remember people from the names. Aya. Do you have children?
That's okay.
Yes. One.
Is it a Babylon child or is it a child that is for?
Biological, yeah.
So
Biological.
no. I mean, it's
About 13 times around the sun. 13.
okay. All right. And does he stay there with y'all or is it she?
No, he stays with his father.
Understood. Okay. And I'm assuming the one on the new you don't have any children at all.
I do.
Oh, you do. Tell us about your children. Tell us about your kids.
They good. They're good.
Okay. Are they there at all?
Here?
Yes. With you.
No. But I don't have any babies, so
Do y'all want children for him? Will y'all provide him any more children?
Wait, what'd you say?
Will y'all be? So there's gonna be some. There's some. Okay, there's some more little nature boys. There's nature boys or nature girls. That's actually gonna be coming
Oh
running around.
yeah, a lot.
Yeah, not yet, not yet.
In due time.
I don't know. Do y'all? I would love to be the godmother of one of y'all if y'all wanted to be. I'm really a good godmother. I spoil my godchildren. But okay, so let me ask you this. Do y'all feel comfortable raising y'all children together, the children that y'all about to have or want to have together? Like, and how would you explain to your children how this union is? How do you explain that to children when they're coming up and they're seeing, oh, Bob and their friends only has a mom and dad, but they have two moms and one dad, or how do you?
Yeah, that's a good question because we're actually that's how Black people used to live indigenously. So it's like they will be learning about who they truly are. We'll explain to them, how it truly is. You'll see everyone as your mother. You can run to any person, and you can find comfort or nurturance. You have your father there. You can see that there's so much support there, and that's how they will be raised. In the proper way, with being told the truth.
That's true.
Yeah. No sugarcoating anything.
You know the problem with interviewing my woman
What's the problem?
is that they're not the verbal type.
Yeah.
My woman aren't. Listen, this is why I do this. This is why you hit me in the background. Because I want to tell you this. Everybody ain't a public speaker, my nigga. Everybody not fit for public speaking. Everybody has their talents and everybody has their gifts. And so people on the internet can take their words and misconstrue them and twist them and do whatever they want. My women are very sensitive. They're very feminine. They don't need to be scrutinized. They just need to be pretty and beautiful and do what they do when they do what they do, as the way they do it. My woman, I'm the speaker. I'm the public speaker. I'm the one that can articulate what they're trying to say. So if any questions you have for them, just ask me. I can help them talk because it'll be better for the public to hear me say it because the woman, they're not, everybody's not a public speaker.
Okay,
I have to protect my woman, bro. I have to protect my woman right now, bro. I have to protect my woman. I'm sorry because, and I gotta protect my brand because I want to let you know right now, is them being put on the spot right now is not cool. It's not because
it's actually good.
Because listen, it's my interview, and listen, and I know you want to be able to talk to my woman, but they are very submissive women, and they are women that don't do a lot of talking back with me, and they're not verbal. These women are action. They do action, as women should. They say a woman should be seen, not heard. So my women are more like, you know, they don't know, they're not good with the words. Like I'm good with words. I'm slick with my words. I'm slick with my tongue. My woman, they might say something, and people can take it and misconstrue it and be like, oh, this and that. Like Malia's about to cry right now because she felt like she failed me. She felt like she didn't talk well. And I gotta stop putting them on a spot like that and giving them the mic because we are organization, and any organization has a public speaker. They have a public speaker that speaks for them, and that's better to allow the person that can speak to speak. And that's just not their strong point. And everybody's not a public speaker, guys. Please have compassion. Please have empathy. Please be respectful. And I know you behind the phone, so you can say mean things. I know you've been drinking. It's the holidays. You don't give a fuck. But these are black women, and you're gonna respect them because you're telling me that I disrespect black women, but you're disrespecting them right now. So relax, calm down. Don't disrespect my fucking woman, bitch. I love you. I love you. But don't fucking listen. Not you, Shakie.
Any thoughts? Oh, before I go there, Rhonda, I was reading your comments, and yeah, so Rhonda said, I know how it feels to not be in my parents' life. It didn't feel good at all. And so that's exactly what the comments we've been making, and the point we've been trying to kind of focus on is they're perpetuating the things that they tell the viewers, and people who are blindly following, who are following them unknowingly, unknowing of their past. They're perpetuating the things that they're telling them that they want to heal. And so this has to again be exposed and re-exposed sometimes, because some people just don't know. And this is, one of the only ways to educate people is to show them what it is they need to be aware of. Okay, you guys, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, I'm just gonna keep it short, but I think the reason why he don't want them to talk is because no disrespect, but they're slow. And so they may say something that may like basically red flag them. And so that's why he doesn't want them to talk for themselves because something might accidentally slip out, basically. And so that's what he's trying to avoid doing. You know what I mean? He's trying to control the situation because he knows he does what he does behind closed doors. And these women, I think they just been programmed at this point to accept it and stuff like that. But something may slip out. So that's why he's trying to like control the situation,
Oh,
stuff like
absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, remember the time when Zoka got up there and said, "Bye bye, G rules our whole entire world."
Oh
She sounded like
God,
a 5-year-old. I might have laughed the whole week behind that one. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it devastated him. Part of that narcissistic injury. It's like, if you're not going to respond the way I do, and you, who could, because you just never know what he's thinking from time to time. And it's really sad, because these women maybe got maybe 5 brain cells among each, if you add them all up together, right? And they're trying very, very, very hard to emulate how he would react or speak in any present situation. And keep in mind, even though he does not like Velvet, she's part of his idealization, which means he idolized Velvet's personality, meaning the queen. Nobody can talk like she do. She's the only one who mirrored his personality to a T, type of thing. She was the only one who would be able to respond well in certain situations, even though she has her own ways about her, right? Nobody has been able to come close to that type of personality. And they're all fearful because they can't. Nobody's two people are the same, right? So they try their best, but rest assured, when those cameras are off, he is losing it on them all the time, telling them where they went wrong, what they said wrong.
Oh,
So he'd much
absolutely.
rather speak for them. He'd much rather speak for them.
But you know what's interesting is he not only brought them to that interview, but he allowed them to speak during the interview. And now he's saying to the interviewer, I don't like, in so many words, I don't like the questioning that you're giving to my women. And in fact, they shouldn't even be talking to you anyway, because they don't know how to talk.
Right.
They don't have what it is they need to have in order for this interview to go to my liking.
Right.
People have to
Yeah,
understand the reason that they don't speak well is because every word that comes out of their mouth is being scrutinized.
it is. Mm-hmm.
When
Right.
Malia first got there, she could articulate herself much better than she does now.
Right.
When Aya got there, she was a lot more verbal than she is
Yes.
now. See, what happens is when you forget to think, when you don't practice the skill of speaking, when you just nod your head because you never know what's going to happen if you say a word that is going to get you slapped upside your head, you lose the ability to articulate yourself. When you
Right.
stop reading because somebody tells you that books are not important, you
Mm-hmm.
lose the ability to articulate your thoughts.
Right. I mean, I can't stress how many times, in terms of his personality, how it would be to be in a relationship like that with this person. Let me tell you what's going on behind closed doors. He fits the 110% type of personality my ex-husband was. Okay, even if you had a very intuitive, clear, very intellectual thought, if it's not theirs, it was the wrong one. You're stupid. Do you understand? Every single time. So you don't ever really say the right thing. You can't possibly say the right thing, even when it is the right thing, because it's at the wrong time
That's right.
in their mind. So you're dealing with a very mentally disturbed person in a relationship, and you are afraid to have a thought of your own, because they'll tell you one or two things going to happen if you have a thought of your own. First of all, it's not their thought, so it's a stupid thought. And
That's
even if
right.
it's your thought and you express that thought, it was their thought to begin with, because they're the one who taught you that thought. My God, do you understand the mental abuse they're living in?
And that's the
We're sitting
bizarre
here.
part about all of this, Ivy, is she didn't say anything he didn't teach her. He teaches them that their children are on their own spiritual path.
Right.
That's what he teaches them.
It's really not teach, but condition, right?
Excuse
Um,
me, condition, correct.
groom, or so to speak, right? Yeah, absolutely. But that goes through. That's a process. That all happens through a breakdown. It happens through a course of time, through several types of manipulation tactics. All right. It happens when you first get there through sleep deprivation. Right?
Correct.
He give them no sleep. He keeps implementing his ideologies in their head over and over and over again. When they have a thought of their own, when they feel critical about something, when they're not happy, when they speak up, he'll yell at them for hours and hours and hours. He'll gaslight their thought every single time. No, that's wrong. This is right. Think like this, say this, until it's like a brainwashing. We're watching people before us who are brainwashed, and they don't even believe it for a second that they are.
It's so true. And so Rhonda said, I have two kids, and I always said I will never do my kids like my parents did me. This is very triggering. These people,
It
and
is.
so when you see these circumstances, when you see these situations, you have to be able to not only watch it but learn from it.
Well,
Go ahead.
I think it's a bigger problem with society because
Absolutely.
I'm gonna just be honest. Like I'm just it's just from what I see and what I see outside, just going outside every day. You know, just being like just seeing like being aware of like what's going on. And I just think that overall in society that like women like these, they're how should I put it? This is what they aspire to. Like this is the
Mm,
type of man they aspire to get because
Yeah.
overall society, like I'm just gonna be real, like overall society promotes like getting a F nigga. Like
Yeah.
overall society don't promote getting someone who on their square, someone who's staying down, and like the people who are like willing, like for example, I'll give a perfect example with them, um, with Velvet, you know, she had Omek, who was a nice guy, who even like took her back after the fact that she had a kid
right,
with this guy,
right.
but she didn't appreciate that, and she, did what she
And now
did.
she's left with two children and no one to help care for them.
Right.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Society pushes that, and this is what these women like. I'm just being real. This is what they want. They'll this is just what they want. They want guys like this. Like, it is what it is. And like it's not our job as men to try to rescue them. I'm not gonna put no effort in it. Like, because what good is it for a guy to try to put effort in something that she already have her mind set on? You
That's
know,
right.
putting effort into someone who emotionally unstable.
That's
You're
right.
not going to stabilize them.
That's
It's
right.
not your job. It's not your job to do that. You know, it's
And
something
you
they're
bring up a
gonna have
good
to do.
point. You bring up a good point. You should never be in a relationship with somebody for them to save you from your pain, for them to save you, to love you enough that you love yourself. You love yourself first, which is a plug for my book, y'all. 15 Steps to Finding Love, A Woman's Journey. It's on Amazon. Check it out, please. It teaches you to love yourself before anything else. If you're looking to be with somebody, because if you don't take those steps, if you don't take those measures and with loving yourself, you're going to end up with an Eligio Bishop. You're going to end up with a TKO Capone.
Right. I kind of got to drill this in a little bit. Everybody have childhood wounds. Not a lot of people do. Okay. You can even grow up in a very doting, perfect family. And then you still might grow up with some wounds because you're like, damn, they were too over doting. They gave me entirely too damn much. Okay.
Mm, yep.
And then let's say out of 10 children born into the world, and I said this before, 10 children born into the world with inner childhood wounds, 8 of them going to grow up and still, even though they have inner childhood wounds, they still going to grow up and have very healthy relationships. It's a part of, they grew up out of that state of mind. They said, I'm not going to do that to my children. I'm going to have healthy relationships.
That's
Out
right.
of those, out of those 8, you're going to have one who's going to what that very 1% who's kind of like Nature Boy, who's stuck in his inner childhood wound, who still has the mindset of a 13-year-old boy, right? And then you're going to have the 1%, which is the young females out there in the world, the codependents, right? Who's still stuck in their state of mind and who still are,
That's right.
like we said, perpetrating their generational curses, who then, do the same thing that their mother did to them or their father did to them in the household. So what I'm
That's
trying to
right.
say is this: all of this is a process of will, right? You can say, I'm making a choice not to be this because I want to be a good parent for my children, right? I want to be a good parent. A lot of us still need that therapy now. I got to throw that out there. A lot of us still need that therapy, even though we're doing the best we can as parents in the world. I got to plug that in. Go out there and get that therapy. Go out there and get that support system.
Facts.
Very necessary, right? Because we end up, the young women who still haven't healed, we end up with the Eligios of the world. The
Yes.
Eligios of the world are untreatable. They are untreatable. But every single woman in that camp can wake up and say, you know what? I don't want this anymore. This is not fun. And walk away.
Yes, they
They have
could.
a choice. They have a choice. But they're choosing not to.
That's
I
right.
want to give everybody a little hope here. None of them are going to stay there forever. I have never seen an untreated narcissist having old relationships with old women with their mindsets forever. No, there's going to be a process of growth. Somebody is going to have an epiphany. It may never be him because he's a narcissist, but one of them, most of them, going to say, just like Velvet, even though she's not the best person in the world, like, I can't do this anymore. A choice has to be made.
That's right.
It's always a choice have to be made. So it's not going to go on forever. All right.
That's
And
right.
as a viewing audience, we have to go on too. So sometimes, shut off your computer. Shut off the computer, which I do plenty of time, and
That's
shut off
right.
my screen. I won't watch him for a long, long time. You know? Yeah. Just want to point that out.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You got it,
Fuller,
sis.
do you have anything to say before we close out?
No, just thanks for opening up the panel and stuff like that. And I just want to say that because of the social media age and stuff like that, that the images that would like maybe make people say, "Oh, I want that," are not shown. Like you don't really see. It's really kind of hard to like find, like, for example, a black family together, mother, father, and the kids together, like
Mm-hmm.
not only on the social media but also just in the entertainment realm.
Mm-hmm.
So when these images are shown and the images are shown of like drama and stuff like that, unfortunately people like this want to perpetuate that because they know people buy into it. Unfortunately, a lot of people are attracted to toxicity. They're not attracted to normal because normal is boring. You know
That's
what
a
I
Right.
fact.
mean? So that's all I want to say about it.
Thank you so much. Please subscribe to Fuller. Your YouTube channel again?
It's called Food of Sports. I mostly cover boxing, but I cover other things too.
Please subscribe to Fuller Sports if you are into boxing. But if you hear him on any platform, please stay tuned and listen. He always gives a great analysis and point of view. Thank you so much, Fuller, for coming up. Ivy
Thanks for
Revine,
having me.
yeah. Ivy Revine, thank you so much. Please, she's also a YouTuber, a content creator in YouTube streets. Um, Dealing with codependency, and she's a codependency coach. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Codependency recovery coach. Yes,
recovery.
ma'am.
Thank Yep.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming up. Okay, you guys, your homework. This is me. I was a teacher. Okay, for many 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 years. in some form or another. Your homework is to start applying what you've seen from Eligio and his crew. Start um, replicating these types of interviews like Shakie did, like other people have done. Start interviewing people that you meet and listen to the responses they give you and see if they align with what you believe in. Regardless of whether it's a relationship or a friendship or just somebody to be in your life. Really start um, asking questions and being an investigator to those who want to be a part of you. All right? Thank you so much, y'all. I always appreciate coming live. I look forward to the next live. I hope more people feel comfortable enough to come up. Or you can definitely show love in the chat by sharing your thoughts. But until next time, peace.